All right. Hello, everyone. If you are attending this meeting, uh, this is Brian Clark coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Getting ready to give you some information about where we are with the binary syndicate. And we're going to be starting in just a second. Give me one moment. Alrighty. If you can hear the sound of my voice, if you would pay attention to the chat box, the Facebook comment box, actually underneath this video. This is where, if you have any questions, you can ask questions, and we'll make sure we get those answered for you. And otherwise, you'll just be listening to the sound of my voice for, I don't know, however long it takes for me to get this information out. One second. I hope everyone's having a great day. All right. So again, hello everyone. This is Brian Clark from the Binary Syndicate, CEO. We are doing a live update tonight. We're going to be getting into, what's been going on over the past few months, where we are today, and where we are moving forward. I know there's been a lot of speculation about, where we're headed and where we are right now, but just know that the Binary Syndicate is still active, and it will remain active until the wheels fall off. And they have no way, shape, or form fallen off. We're still moving forward. We've been dealing with some challenges, to say the least. However, we're still going to be moving forward, and we're looking pretty good, especially with what we have coming up here in the near future. So let me just check to make sure everything's up and running. If you can hear me, I would really appreciate if you could send a comment down here. That way I know that I'm being heard and I'm not just talking to myself. I want to keep it in this, in this fashion for the next few minutes, maybe to like 8:10, 8:15, to give people the opportunity to join. And then after that, we're gonna go. Okay, let's see. A lot of things going on, this evening, so I appreciate your patience. Let's see. All righty. I'll give it a few more minutes, and we're going to get into the information. At about 8:10, 8:15, Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to start disseminating this info. Let's see. Okay, so again, if you're on right now, it would do me a big help if you would look under the video here on the Binary Syndicate website and go ahead and post a comment so that that I know that you guys can hear me. That would really be great if you could do that. And we'll get started in about 5 minutes or so. So again, please, it'd do me some justice if you could place a comment down here. It's underneath the video. And okay. It's done, yeah, it's underneath the video. That way we can get rolling because I'm ready to let you guys in on what's been happening. I know there's a lot of speculation and a lot of confusion and questions and what have you. But we're gonna get this knocked out tonight. So there shouldn't be any more questions about where we are and where we're going. And I think what I'm gonna do right now is, because I'm not sure if these questions are coming in late, but I'm going to add another chat mechanism here on this page really quickly. And I still have a few minutes, so let's see if I can get this knocked out by 8:10. That way we can get rolling. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Right. I guarantee you I can do this in just a few minutes, because I want this to be an interactive session. I don't want to just feel like I'm talking to myself. So I want to see if I can get you guys involved real quick. Let me go ahead and add this. Let's see. So this is what's going to happen. We are now going to have a chat box underneath another chat box. This is more interactive. It'll be underneath the video. All right, so let me go ahead and update. So this is what you want to do. You want to, if you're on the website right now, go ahead and refresh the screen. So that way you can now see this new chat box under here. And let me pull this up on mine as well. So that way we can get some feedback in here. I need some feedback. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, it's underneath this screen right now. Okay, yeah. Now it's starting to come in. See, it wasn't here a minute ago. This Facebook comment thing is a little too slow. So I went ahead and pulled out our trusty chat role. I see you guys are, starting to refresh your screens. That's cool. That's good. We're about to get things rolling. Let's see. Great. Go ahead and type down in this chat box and give me a shout out. That'd be great. All right. Let's see what we're doing here. I totally forgot that it was St. Patrick's Day. I don't really uh, do a lot of holidays. I guess I get so caught up in what's going on. I just I'm working all the time, so I just totally forgot. So a lot of you are probably out at an Irish pub somewhere, you know, getting intimate with a Heineken or something. I don't know, and that's good. That's cool. Uh, this will be a replay, and you'll be able to see all the questions and things that were asked here. All right, let me see. Looks like we're getting ready to go. Cool. Everybody can hear me. Awesome. We are getting ready to go. So it's 8:10. I like to be prompt. So let's get this started. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Brian here from the Binary Syndicate, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, as you all know, because you've been involved with the Binary Syndicate, some of you guys, oh my gosh, almost 6 months. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's a humbling experience, to say the least, especially with all of the challenges that we've been having, and you guys are like still hanging in there like some troopers. So I definitely have to give a shout out to all of you legacy members for sticking with me and riding this wave. I appreciate that. The vision for the Binary Syndicate started off totally different, and it's just been kind of evolving with the market. I'm the type of person that I don't like to just do things the simple way. I always have to come up with some type of way to extend my capacities, and also enhance an experience. Many of you that have been with me for years now, that when I have something cooking, 9 times out of 10, it's cooking real good. Well, jumping into this binary options industry from multi-level marketing or whatever, I've had a humbling experience. So you know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to get right back to that. Okay. Yeah, I've had a humbling experience. So, and also, I've had to learn very, very quickly. Let me just 1 second. All right. 1 second. Okay. I'll see what's happening now. Give me 1 second, guys. There's more people starting to come on. I thought I was gonna slide by without having to do something, but apparently not. 1 second. Since we have more people coming on now, I want to give everyone the opportunity to ask questions. So we need to update our billing information. Otherwise, not everyone will be able to ask their questions. So let's go ahead and do this really quick. And we're back. Yep, it says full at the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh one more time, and we're gonna keep going from there. All right, I'm ready to go. So as I was saying, this has been a real humbling experience, and I've always been very good at adapting to the situation. Just refresh. You should be fine. Refresh and hit play if you need to. I've always been great at adapting to situations, and maybe that stemmed from when I first learned how to swim, I was actually thrown into 12 feet of water. Like never swam a day in my life. And I was thrown into the water, and then I had to actually swim, or drown. That was basically it. So ever since then, I've just been taking that type of approach in life. You either swim or you drown. Whatever the situation that you're in, you need to make the best of it. When you have life gives you lemons, make lemonades, and I love some lemonade. So let's get into this, guys. I've gone enough over all of this, this kumbaya type of stuff. You guys are here because you want answers, right? So the first thing is this. This is where we were back in October, November, when ITX quote unquote began. We were on the Redwood broker, and me being a novice and trying to make sure that I did the best for my people, that actually backfired, and they kicked us out because they saw the potential of what we had going on. So that was Redwood. Then we moved to Bloomberg's, and of course, learning from my mistakes, we were able to actually do some trades on Bloomberg's, but it took us a while to get everything set up because these guys, like, it made no sense. We would ask them a question on Monday. They would get back to us the following Monday with the wrong answer. And then it would turn into a 2 and 3 week ordeal to get the answer to a simple question. It was making me and my programmer, like, you guys just have no idea the frustration and stress that we going through. Like, it's like pulling teeth, trying to get these guys to just give us an answer. So once we finally got up and running, we had another trader come in while our main guy was down with a serious ailment. Yeah, he was down. I saw the pictures. It wasn't cute. Wasn't funny at all. So we had another trader come in, and the issue of the latency came about, and so we took a whole nother month dealing with the latency issue, which, when it came down to it, looking back on it today, that latency issue was null and void. We were still able to take 5-minute trades. And yes, I will say that there was a time difference between when the trade was placed and when the trade, when we actually got registered for the trade, but nobody lost a trade due to latency. The trades were lost because the trades were lost. Because when we won the 5-minute trades, everybody won the 5-minute trades. But we kept it at $10 because we wanted to make sure that we were testing this, right? So while this is going on, one of my other traders was like, "Hey, Brian, I went to go place a trade. It wasn't available on the ITX. Or I went to go place a trade and it just wouldn't take. I refreshed, I logged in and out. You know how that goes. And it just wouldn't take." So I was like, "Okay, I got you. You're doing good right now. Just keep it up." And I didn't really recognize the severity of this issue. I didn't realize that this issue was like an open wound that was infected, and it was just going to keep growing worse and worse and worse. And by the time I looked up, we were 25, 30 trades in the hole that were missed, where if it was 30 trades that we missed, 25 of them were winners. But we didn't get any of these trades. And the truth of the matter is, everybody's account right now should be over $2,000 minimum. That's the truth. And the reason why it wasn't is a little bit more difficult, to even voice than I would like. And this is real simple. This industry of binary options is a really intricate, almost diabolical, uh, self-sustaining organism. You know, back in November, December, my programmer was like, "Man, one of my friends was just at this huge convention. It was a gambling convention because he's in the gambling industry. It was a huge gambling convention, and it was a whole bunch of guys there from all of these different binary options brokers. So we kind of just joked about that for a minute, not realizing that later on down the line it was going to cause us some issues. So these guys at Bloomberg's, they come to me and they're like, because I'm telling them, listen, I've got a group, I've got access to many, many more people that I haven't even brought in to this day, because we didn't get things going like we wanted it to. But I was like, look, I got X amount of people on standby. Here's my first group. These are my best guys. Can you take care of them? Oh, absolutely, we can take care of them. Are they gonna have a problem withdrawing money? No, they're not gonna have problems withdrawing money. Matter of fact, you can have them withdraw some money right now to see. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. That's just them withdrawing the money that they've already put in. I want to know, are they going to be able to withdraw the money that they want? So, I guess it kind of stayed open-ended a bit. But I was like, okay, I'm just trying to get you guys trading. I'm trying to get the don't get greedy formula working so you can start to see how quickly we could, tear this industry up, right? So we had this latency issue, and we spent a lot of time going through this latency issue. And so then when we did started trading, here's what happens. So we had the whole Fabian fiasco and all that drama. And as soon as Fabian left, one of our guys started trading. The first trade lost, and then after that we went like 10-0 in a few days, because remember, we weren't having a lot of volume. We didn't have all of that volume because they were restricting us from getting a lot of trades through, right? Especially when things really turned the tide. And our traders went and they went like 10 in a row wins, right? And they were using the don't get greedy formula. Now, we never went over $56 trades. But by the time that we had finished those $56 trades, we Bloomberg's owed, the group somewhere between 40 and 60K already. We were tearing their butts up already. We haven't even hit 3-digit trading, which technically we should have been in, but because it was like because it was this trade would go through and this trade didn't, it kept throwing our traders out of rhythm. So they were a little apprehensive about messing around with your money, because they know, and that I know that's the one thing that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to mess around with anybody's money. Okay, so they were a little apprehensive. Had we gone into 112, and beyond, it would have been that just would have been game over. We might have bankrupted those guys, really quickly. Hopefully not, because they should have had enough. They should have had enough resources to handle a little group like us. But whatever. They saw us trading like that. They were like, "Oh hell no! Oh hell no! We got to do something about this." So this is what happened. Unbeknownst to me, if that's even a word, if it's not, I just made it up. So let's keep going. Unbeknownst to me, they went and they started putting restrictions on our account. So now, where we might have missed one trade or 2 trades, now we're missing 4 and 5 trades a day. So we're really not getting a lot of traction. And then to make it even worse, whenever there was a winning trade, we didn't have access to this trade all of a sudden. It would win by 10 pips. But we couldn't trade it on ITX for whatever reason, you know? And so this started going on until the next thing you know, all we were doing is getting losers. Every trade is a loss, right? And I'm like, I know you guys were thinking, well, we're up $300. This thing is like really working. And yes, it did work. Because remember, the ITX, its only job is to do what it was doing. It takes the trade. It's been taking the trade for the longest time. It takes the trade. Then with my don't get greedy formula, our professional traders go and they implement that don't get greedy formula to skyrocket our profits. That's how it works that's how it works in the fantasy world, I guess. Because in the real world, these doggone brokers are crooks, and they straight up told me a few days ago, which is really why we're having this meeting, that they don't care about these issues that we're having with these errors. They don't care. They want us to keep trading. They want me to drain your accounts while they call you and tell you, oh, you need to go ahead and put in $2,000. We can make you more money than Brian can. These are the reports that I'm getting back. They straight up don't care, telling me, oh, well, it's only $200. It's not like it's $20,000. So you mean you want somebody to put $20,000 in and you want to drain a $20,000 account? Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. So needless to say that, I've been getting my workout up really, really, really high, because I have to find somewhere to channel this energy. Shoot, I've been out walking. Yesterday, I walked 7 miles. The day before that, I walked like 6, because I'm so angry because we've got a winning system, but the reality is that we are a threat all over the place in the capacity that we're in right now. We are a huge threat. They don't want you making any money. They don't want you, coming out on top. They don't want it. They want you to put your money in, and then they don't want you taking your money out, but they want you to put more money in. Then they want me to, I guess because other affiliates that they say that they have similar products, but their products is a straight automatic bot, and it can never by design beat the system. You'll always be at a deficit. So what these other affiliates are doing is that they're creating these videos. Oh, I can make $6,000 in 60 seconds type deals, and people are just eating this crap up. They eating this stuff up. And so they sign up, and they're putting in $1,000, $200, $300, whatever. They're putting in this money, and the broker is sending these affiliates, $300 commissions per person, $400 commissions per person, $800 commissions per person. This is what's happening. And all that they're doing is just sending you to a link. You sign up. You never even know the person that you sign up on. But I don't work that way. I don't work that way at all. Because of who I am, there is, and my programmer too. If I'm gonna lay this out on the table right now. With the system that we have with ITX, me and my programmer alone, we could be making about $300K a month right now. That's not even a joke. I mean, we really did the numbers on this thing. Do the right marketing here and there, sell the right story here and there. We could be making about $300K a month today, but it won't happen because I can't sleep at night when I have, one of my legacy members saying, Brian, look, this is all the money I have. I'm getting ready to be evicted out of my home. I got bills to pay, and me and my husband are in dire straits, and so I'm ingesting, all of everyone's, spirits basically. And holding everyone up on my shoulders, or trying to at least. And meanwhile, I've helped develop a system that really works. but not when the deck is already stacked up against us. Already from the door. They thought what they thought was, oh, here we got another sucker coming in about to bring us all these people's money. No, not even. That's why I had plans on spreading out and diversifying us a bit more with different brokers, because we the more brokers we have, the less money we make on each broker, the smaller our footprint becomes, right? So that brings me to where I am now. One of you out there actually had a really good outlook, and you said that anonymity is the key, and it made me remember back in August, September, when I made 25 grand or whatever. I was just one person. I had one of my traders. I was using the don't get greedy formula, and it was just me. And so there was no issue with that. But when we're 40, 50, 100 deep, all taking the same trades, winning at the same time, and our traders are stubborn. Like they just won't lose. I mean, like they just won't lose. And so that's a problem. That's a problem. So, anonymity is the key, especially with these guys. These brokers, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but that is what it is. And this whole spot option platform, I mean, because that's, I was in contact with one of the spot option guys that works on the tech department, and he's like, yeah, well, we got these risk management. I was like, hey, we got these two errors that keep coming back, and then sometimes the trades aren't even available. He's like, well, yeah, see, that's risk management. When we have too many people looking like they're about to win, then we have to shut that down. This is what I'm being told. I'm like, wow. So I'm playing the game with them, trying to figure out how best to get this. So now I'm like, okay, I got to get these guys out of here, but it needs to be done in order. Otherwise, they'll try to come up with some excuse not to give everyone their money back. And I'm going to touch on that in a second. But that's basically, you start getting me to rant, man. I'll be here all night, and I don't want to do that. And, I know it's St. Patty's Day for some of you guys. So in a nutshell, that's basically what happened. The deck was stacked up against us. They were talking to, whispering those sweet nothings in our ear, just to come to find out that it was toxic waste. And they don't want us to win, but they want you to put more money into their business, which doesn't make sense. If I'm not making money on 200, why am I going to invest 2,000? I mean, if any one of you guys, please in the comments, let me know if that makes rational sense to you, because I'm at a loss here. I mean, I didn't finish college, but I taught myself how to do everything that I do on my own. And so I like to say that I have a tad bit of intelligence. So maybe it's just not clicking to me. Anyway, moving forward, here's where we are. At first, at the end of this, coming out of this, I was going to put together a smaller group of 10 to 20 of you guys. And what we were going to do is we were going to go back to signals like we were initially. Because if you can remember, when we were getting those signals, we weren't having these types of issues. The only issues we were really having was being on time when it comes to the trading. That's just what it was. We weren't on time when we told you 8 o'clock, or we told you 12 o'clock, and we showed up at 2, or we showed up at 6. Then which is one of the reasons why I went to auto trading, because then you don't have to worry about what time it is. You just get an email that you won or lost a trade. So I was going to take about 20 of you guys, go into a smaller group, spread ourselves out over these different brokers. Because again, if you're just a little person, quote unquote, then you don't get messed with as much. Because there are people making millions of dollars a year in binary options, but they're just like there can be only one type of deal. So that's where the success is in the anonymity, right? That's what I was going to do. But again, a lot of you, like last time, don't want to sit around for 8 hours and you're only getting 2 or 3 trades. So what I've decided to do was, now every one of you have the opportunity of following me and the traders over to CT option and getting on their trade follow campaign. Now, let me tell you about this trade follow campaign. Before I had my programmer finish up ITX, I looked at CT options and I was like, wow, they pay out 91%, blah, blah, blah. This looks great. Then I started talking to them and they were like, what I found out was that when you use their iFollow platform or product, I should say, they actually limit the amount that you can trade per trade. So in a nutshell, that means no, don't get greedy. Okay, that's what that means. For whatever reason, they have it that way. So that's the downside. The upside is this. Number one, you get access to our traders again. That just, these guys are rock stars in my book. I've seen them in action and they're unstoppable, given the right tools and motivation, of course. These guys are unstoppable. So I'm behind them 1000%. So you get access to them. Again, it's your time is not being taken, sitting there all day. They're working for you, basically. Okay, so they'll be working for you. Let me see. I got some notes here. I wanted to make sure that I didn't skip anything. 1 second. Yeah, they'll be working for you, and again, it's like a stress-free type of deal. So it's ITX, except it's not on the ITX platform, and you can't use Don't Get Greedy, but you can still generate income. And I've been told time and time again that when it comes to paying out, these guys pay out. So at least that's good. All right. It'll be a bit slower until we move on to our next phase, which I'm going to touch on in just a second. But for the CT options, wait. Before I get into the CT option plan, let me go over the extraction procedure for Bloombergs. Okay, now this is where, if you don't have a pen and paper, go ahead and take one out, and please simultaneously put a little message down here at the in the chat box to let me know that you can hear me. I'll give you a few minutes for that. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. I hope you got your something to write with. Here we go. This is going to be the procedure for extracting out of Bloombergs. Okay. Now remember, guys, this process needs to be done in an orderly fashion. Otherwise, you're going to be leaving your your battle buddies to your left and your right, out in the cold. So we need to do this in an orderly fashion so that everyone will, be able to come out on top. And you know what? I want to log into ITX really quickly to test to actually see, where we are. Because if I'm not mistaken, with maybe the exception of one person, everyone, as far as their deposit is concerned, everyone should still be in profit. And I'm going to check that right now. 1 second. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Looks like everyone is still in profit some type of way. Some type of way, you are still in profit, which is good. So what does that mean? That means that regardless, we're still taking just a little something out the door when we leave. Just a little something out the door, just to let them know we was here. Right? See, they wanted you, whatever your starting balance deposit was, they wanted to take all of that from you, right? And we're still coming out on top. So here's the deal. This is how this is gonna take place. Yeah, I saw that, TJ. So on Thursday of this week, which don't get me the line about dates. Hold on. Thursday of this week, which is the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the 19th, you are going to contact Bloombex and you're going to say, oh gosh, please let me off of ITX. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I got myself into this. Please let me off of ITX. I want to trade by myself. At that point, they're going to say, oh yeah, blah, 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 whatever they want to say. We can help you make more money than his ITX program, blah, blah, blah. We can give you free trades. We can give you free signals, risk-free this, risk-free that. And you just say, no, thank you. Listen, this is important. Do not accept one thing. I'm going to repeat this for some of you. I know you're going to ask this question. Do not accept one thing that they offer you. You have to understand the mindset of these individuals. They want your money, and then they want more of your money. Don't accept anything that they ask you or they offer you. I mean, you say, no, I just come next week, I'm gonna, trade on my own or whatever. And then they're gonna pressure you. Here's the deal. This is what they do for a living. They're gonna make you feel like you are inferior to them, and that there's something wrong with you because they're offering you a quote unquote no-brainer, deal of a lifetime opportunity. And they're going to be pressing on your emotions. I'm telling you right now, you need to stay strong and don't give in to that. Okay. I can't stress that enough. So that's going to be on Thursday. On Tuesday of next week, you are going to put in a withdrawal request for all of the money that's in there. You're gonna pull all of it out. Again, they might still try to come at you. You just tell them, no, you want, this has been enough. I want to pull all my money out. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. And at that moment, when you receive your funds, you have an option. Okay. Well, of course you have an option, but I'm telling you to utilize this particular method, because if you don't, it'll turn into a situation like we had last time, and everybody's fund, they're gonna be holding on to everybody's funds. You don't want to do that. So if you please, I'm trying to give you the keys to the kingdom here. Do it the way that I instructed. Okay. Now, after you do that, you have a choice. You can either come with us over to CT options, or we can bid adieu for the time being, and you can link up with us in the springtime when, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna get into that right now. You can link up with us with a later date, or we can just we can shake hands and we can part ways. is really a shame that we couldn't use ITX. But ITX is like that big kid on the playground that no one wants to play with because he's 10 years old, but he's like 6'3", 240 pounds of muscle, playing around with some little, 85, 95-pound kids his own age. Nobody wants to play with him because they're scared. I mean, he trips and he lands on one of them. They just broke a kneecap or a femur or something. They got, burst blood vessels, all type of stuff going on. So nobody wants to play with the big kid. So that's all fine and dandy. We keep moving. That's the deal. When we get into this industry where we tell our bosses that where they can shove it or whatever, these are the trials that we go through. But when those that keep pushing and stay the course are the ones that turn out successful. If any of you guys study, self-made millionaires, you'll quickly find out that a lot of them go through about 20 different businesses before they get one to pop. About 20 different businesses. It's a trial and error. There's a formula, but you got to learn the formula. If you don't know somebody that has it, then you got to learn it on your own, right? So to recap that, you're going to, on Thursday, request to be removed from ITX. And number 2, on Tuesday, you are going to request a withdrawal. I'm going to leave my money in there for now. I'm going to leave my money in there for now because I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to pull out. I'm just going to leave mine there. So after you receive your withdrawal, you then have the opportunity to come over with us to ITX. I mean, you see that? I'm indoctrinated by my own product. You can come over to CT Option under our traders, and they'll trade for you. They'll trade on your account for you. Okay. And so with that being said, here is the deal with CT Options, because I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, regardless of what you may think or whatever. ITX costs a lot of money to develop. I mean, we had a team of about 10 people actually working on this many hours. It's not easy to get all the things in alignment like they were. So, I've been basically paying them, out of my own pocket and whatever what have you. That's not the point. The point is, I haven't been able to really, I need to make sure that my staff is taken care of at all times, even if I'm not receiving anything. That's what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, for the CT option deal, we're doing a 7-day $1 trial. Okay, so it's $1 for a week, and then after that, it's $97 for the membership. Okay, it's $97 for the membership. This keeps all the admin stuff running and going, and there's also a 15% commission that will basically take care of our traders working on you guys' behalf, and that's due every month. So for a week, you got it for $1. And then after that week is up, you'll be charged $97. In a month's time, then you'll be charged the $97 recurring plus a 15% fee, for the traders. All right, to trade on your account. That's the bare bones minimum of what we can do right now, because I want you to understand something. This is actually setting everyone up for what's coming in a few months, probably like a month and a half from now. Okay, so If you heard the details about that particular opportunity, just leave me a little comment down here. That'll be great. Let's see. If you're coming on late to this meeting, then there will be a replay. It'll be here. I have it up for the next few days or so you can get access to it. Okay. So that's the CT option. Now, this next thing that I want to discuss, I don't want to hype this at all. I'm just going to give you straight information about what I've received. First off, me and my programmer, like I said, both of us are just like, we're so disgusted with the way that all of this went down. None of us, it's crazy. We're disgusted with the way it went down. And he happened to come across an individual who trades Forex. This particular individual has been trading Forex for 10 years now. He traded binary and he made millions of dollars doing binary, but he was like, it's not set up for an individual to win. Binary is like, it's a casino. I mean, it's a casino. You're only going to have a few people that actually pull money out. Everybody's putting money in, and 95.7% of those individuals will never make a dime. I don't know why I was fooling myself, but anyway, Forex, right, is a whole nother beast if you didn't know. Because with Forex, number one, this guy only trades on a regulated broker. It's a U.S. regulated broker. I don't know what broker it is, but all right, see you later, Nuno. I don't know what broker it is, but it's a regulated U.S. regulated broker. That's number one. In case I didn't mention it, yeah, he's been trading for 10 years on Forex. And he averages about 10 grand a day. That's how much he makes personally. He has a small group right now that he does live trades with. And also yesterday, I actually got this report when I was doing some walking today. I got this report. My programmer was like, "You'll never believe this." He says, "Mr. Such and Such, I was on a call with him last night. Or no, I'm sorry, he was on a call with him earlier today, and the guy was doing live trading with his group. So the guy comes into a trade. He took two trades at the same time. It was a trade on oil and it was a trade on cotton or something else. I can't remember. But in 24 minutes, this guy made $24,000. He was making $1,000 per minute for 24 minutes. And then he got out of the market and he closed up shop for the day. And so my programmer was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to get this guy on a team viewer so I can record this and show you." He does this every day. He's like the pip whisperer or something. I don't know. I just made that up, but it sounds good. He's the pip whisperer or something like that. So this is who we have access to, or we will have access to once we finish, getting this particular deal structured, because we're basically revamping this guy's whole, sales funnel, marketing program, blah, blah, blah. We're revamping his whole thing. So it's going to take us a while to get that taken care of. But in the meantime, those of you that want to join us can come over to CT option. I really like keeping the group together, but I understand if you're at your last, on your last rope. I totally get it, and believe I feel a certain type of way about how things are panning out. But to be perfectly honest, um, I honestly did the best that I could. I mean, I went in with good intentions. I went in with righteousness, and Jay, that is correct. I don't know if you heard from before, but the reason why we went on that losing streak is because Bloomberg's and spot option were messing with our trades. Because when we did those ten wins in a row, and we were up on them upwards of like $50,000-$60,000 in just a few days or whatever. They were like, oh no. So they started putting restrictions on our accounts. That's why we weren't getting the trades that we should have won, and that's why we ended up starting to lose. So when I started seeing this trend, and they actually confirmed it, that's when I basically had the guys stop trading. Okay, so yes, it will be the same traders. But anyway, back to Forex, like I was saying. So that's where we'll be heading in May or June. In the meantime, we can jump on CT options. We can earn us some money. I've heard nothing but great reviews from CT options. And like I said, I would have used them a long time ago, but it kind of eliminates the possibility for don't get greedy if you're on a trade follow program. Okay, so it does have its pros and cons, but as I previously stated, I've got 1,000% confidence in our guys, and they do us right. It's, man, I don't know, guys. When I think about it, I still get angry, because it's like, it really, if everyone did business, in a righteous manner, everyone would win. I mean, they didn't even want you guys to like withdraw any money, and I was telling them, I said, listen, if you want me to bring more people in, it's really simple. You need to let these guys win some money. You need to let these guys withdraw some money, and then I'll undo the tap. I'll turn it all the way up. And it was like they couldn't understand that. So you give people a little, and you get more in return. That's the way life is. But this is what I was actually told. It's like, well, listen, what we really want these guys to do is lead. We want these guys to lose, win a little bit, but eventually lose. And I've got the screenshots on all of this. I mean, I'm just like, he's talking to me, and I'm taking screenshots, and I'm just like, wow, this is freaking nuts, dude. But I had all of you invested into this, so I was still scrambling, trying to figure out a way how we can get out of this system, how we can get out of this on top, And had I known it was going to be this bad, then I would have cut it off, and we would have all been, $300 up, and we could have done something with that. Okay, so Jose, what you want to do is yeah, I know that's what I was saying earlier, Nelson. CT, they had that 5% rule, which eliminates the possibility of using don't get greedy formula. However, slow and steady wins the race, and our guys are going to make sure that we start seeing profits. Jose, what you want to do, because apparently the guy, I don't know if you were all contacted by Steve, but he left, right? So let's see, he left. So you might have to use the chat. If you trade, yeah, Nelson, I want you to get with me on that one. let's talk about that a bit more offline after this. I want to make sure we get all of that taken care of. Michael, refunds. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I have no problem with transparency. Some of my members, I gave them a refund. And you're gonna find this actually quite interesting. So when we were on the Redwood broker and we were getting ready to start trading and we were getting everything in order, my programmer had an ex-partner. Notice, guys, now, yeah, he's an ex-partner, right? That had the, I don't know, he must have been on crack or something stronger than that. I don't know, bath salts or something. But the guy goes on to iTrader X, and he's taking trades, thinking that the trades were in demo mode, and he went and took a trade for $123, and it lost. So instead of coming forward and saying, "Hey, I think I messed up," he didn't. So I had to figure all of this out on my own. And to make a long story short, he was supposed to actually refund everyone $200, $200 because of the $123 trade that lost, and also the remainder of that was wasting everybody's time, and plus the fact that you can't just deposit $123 into an account and into a broker account and trade with that. It has to be $200. So I got him to agree to refunding everybody $200 for that mix up. And he said, okay. And as my legacy members know, weeks and weeks went by, and then the next thing you know, he was nowhere to be found. And so I actually took it upon myself, even though I literally had no control over that whatsoever. I took it upon myself to start refunding everyone that was affected by that. And I was when I started refunding, I was refunding out of my own pocket. This didn't have anything to do with ITX or anything like that. I was refunding them out of my own pocket. And so guess what? Because I haven't, been recouping anything. It's just money just been going out, paying for the developers and all of this other stuff. I ran out of money. So I'm having to, I was able to get about, I guess, half of the people done. But now I still have some other ones that like Michael here, that still need a refund. But, I can't pull it out of thin air, unfortunately. I can't put, tap my staff on a rock and make it come out until I can. So, yes, Michael, it was going to be taken care of in January. But I would, in my own defense, personally, me being in this business, I haven't seen a lot of people that just take it upon themselves to refund someone on an issue such as that. Especially when it wasn't my fault. And I know that there are some individuals that came in with Fabian, and they're probably wondering why. Well, I mean, you gave these guys a refund. Why didn't you give us a refund? Well, it's really that's a really simple answer. There weren't any contracts about no refund policies at this particular time. At this particular time in life. That's one of the reasons I had to implement a no refund policy, simply because of that. No crackheads. I guarantee you there were no crackheads or junkies pulled off the street to make this thing happen. These guys are professionals. They trade with other groups, and more importantly, they win with other groups. Again, they have my utmost confidence and respect. One of them I've been trading with him since. Let me rephrase that. I first started trading with him back in August, September. I can't even remember now. But he helped me make a lot of money along with utilizing my Don't Get Greedy formula. And he took on this project with me, and he's been with me ever since. And and then he, his protege, who is just as deadly when it comes to and accurate when it comes to trading, came along with him. But because there were workings going on in the background, then we were just losing trades. We were losing trades that shouldn't have been lost, and the trades that we should have been winning, we didn't even have the opportunity to trade them. Michael, where we stand is, when I have funds available, just like before, then I will start. I will be sending out a shout out to whoever I hadn't taken care of, and I will be getting with you to handle that. So you still have a $200 credit with me if you want to look at it like that. But I can't give you what I don't have. So at this particular time, I am opening up for questions. I'll be here for about 20 minutes for questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up and let you guys get out of here. So if you have any questions, just please go ahead and let me know. Jay, well, in this particular, that may be true, but in this particular instance, what you're actually purchasing as far as the fee is concerned, you're paying an admin fee. You're paying an admin fee to get access to the traders, and you're paying a 15% commission to the traders, so that they can keep trading on your behalf. The admin fee is basically taking care of the house's bills. And if I'm being really straightforward, there's not a lot going in my direction personally. It's really taking care of the house. I've got an admin staff as well, so that's what that's for. That's for admin stuff. Okay. So I'm here, guys. Any questions that you have, let me know. Okay, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're asking me if we're splitting money on the trade profits. Well, let me try to explain this. All right. Okay, like you have a club, right? So you gotta pay membership to a club, that gives you, certain perks or whatever. Then there's also other fees that can be involved in that. So for example, with this 15%, that's going directly to these traders. So and they're trading on your behalf. So I mean, that's basically where we are. I don't really know how else to explain it. If the question, if you rephrase your question, I could give you a better answer. I'm sorry. Yeah, Venkat, I totally agree with you, and I totally get it. But here's here's the deal, right? This whole time, our traders have been trading, right? They've been working. Okay, so it's it becomes disheartening when you trade. I mean, when you're working and you're not being paid for it. It becomes I mean, I know if you were working your job, right? If you have a job and you were in your job for 3 months and you still haven't received a paycheck, something would be off on that, you know. And so that's why uh, it has to be done this way, you know. Um, I mean, I really don't know any way around it. If I could give you a another 1 month trial, then I would. I mean, think about it. Since it's been a while. It's been a while. But if I could give you another 1 month trial, I would. But I think a week is fair, and so you pay the membership fee, and then after that, it goes into the rest of that down the line. And just like I was saying before, you have to remember that I also have a trading account, and while your trading account was being traded, my account was being traded as well. So trust me when I say that I'm in the same boat that you are. I know that what I'm presenting to you guys is not the most favorable, but again, in my own defense, I think that I've been trying to. I think that I've been trying to be as righteous, even to my own demise, as possible. You know, I tell you what, Venkat. This is what I will do. Again, I don't have any issue with a 1 month trial, but my traders, they deserve compensation. So if they agree, to that, then you'll be the first one to know. As a matter of fact, I'll ask them right now. Give me 1 second, because I honestly don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's just one more month. So give me 1 second. All right, so I put in the order. I think they're out celebrating St. Patty's Day, so I'm not sure if when they're gonna get back with me. But let me see what we got. Yeah, listen, you won't get any arguments out of me about a 1 month trial. I'm just giving you the reality of where things are. I'm going to get with my traders and see if that'll work for them, because I mean, literally, especially for this first initial go round, it's going straight to them anyway. Like I said, I want to make sure that my people are taken care of. So if they feel comfortable with it, I'm already comfortable with it. And that's where we are. So I mean, I hope that you guys understand that I'm trying to work with you, whether you decide to follow us or not. I still want to put it out there in all transparency that I'm really trying to work this thing through. So how about this? When I get an answer from them, what I'll do is I have my admin staff send out an update. Yeah, I hope they do. I have them send out an update, and we'll let you know what the outcome is. But I really don't want to push it. I mean, these guys you don't know the pressure and the stress, frustration they've had to put up with because of this system. They really wanted this to work for you guys. They know that my don't get greedy formula works. That they know that they believe in their own abilities. They know how they can trade, but it was the forces were just too strong working against us. And it's really nobody's fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. Well, I guess it is my fault. If anybody's to blame, it's me, because I saw a vision many months ago that could really change this industry. But I was naive to the fact that when too many people are making more money than they quote unquote should or have the potential to, then that starts to shift the balance and power. And why would you ever want to give up your spot to someone to take over when you have the opportunity to squash them right in their tracks? And that's basically what was happening. So if anybody's to blame, it's me. I've always had great intentions. If this was a perfect world or a non-corrupt world, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. So that's where we are. Oh, and Jay, I see what you're saying. No, I am not currently trading right now on CT option. I'm not trading on CT option at all. As a matter of fact, I haven't even deposited any money because my money is also in Bloomberg's. I'm literally right in the trenches with all of you guys. I'm not doing anything extra in that regard. I'm literally right in the trenches with you guys. Anyone else? Probably gonna wrap up here in about 2 minutes, unless you have any questions. So I'll leave this open for another 2 minutes, and then I will bid you guys farewell for now. I would really like a show of hands. You can just put a Y in the chat to let me know that you understood the extraction process with what's happening on Thursday and next Tuesday. Please put a Y here so I know that you understood that. Because if we don't all do it in order, then it could mess up. Oh yeah, time frame. The first trading week in April. So I want to say that's the 28th. Let me pull this calendar out. That is the 30th. The 30th of March is when we will when we're looking to get started with CT. If it takes a little bit longer to get your funds out, then we'll address it accordingly with that. But excuse me. But that's when we're looking to start. Okay. So I didn't really get any whys down here to indicate that you guys understand the great. I got one come in. If you don't understand this process about how we're going to do our let me see. Yeah, that's what we were saying, TJ. They don't really like us trading in a big group like that. I mean, I must have been naive to think that I could, you know, um, help all of you all at once get ahead. I was whatever. I just want to keep moving forward. But yeah, if you don't understand how we're going to go about this withdrawal process, then that could be a potential issue for the rest of the group. So if you could please just take a moment of your time, put a Y down here if you understood, put an N down here if you don't, so that way I can go over this very thoroughly, because this is the most crucial part, and I want to make sure that I cover this enough so in case we have issues and someone says, well, Brian got us in this, now we can't get our money out and blah blah blah. I want to make sure that I cover this enough so there can't be any question about, who, what, when, where, and how. How? Wait, did I say that already? You understand what I mean? I just want to make sure everybody gets this down pat. That's all. And okay, great. Got one in. Anyone else? I'm going to, I don't like assuming. I don't like assuming anything, but hopefully you did understand that process. Hopefully you took notes. I'll also be sending out. We'll have some reminders sent out on Thursday for phase 1 of the extraction, and then also on Tuesday for phase 2 of the extraction. Okay, so unless you guys have anything else for me, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Okay, that's correct, TJ. That's correct. So unless you guys have anything else for me, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, and we're gonna keep moving. As long as we're moving forward, we when life gives us something, it's not what happens to you, it's how you. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure I get this right. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% of how you deal with it. And with that being said, I'm gonna bid everyone a good night, and I hope that I was able to, get everybody in alignment and get everybody straight on what our current state of affairs are. Okay, so from Atlanta, Georgia, I want to say shalom and good night. All right, peace.